Well, hello everyone. This is part 2 of the video I have on this JCB 208S Mini Master, Workmaster, whatever they call them. I was able to get it moved manually. Haven't been able to get it started, but I'm just trying again now. The Mini Master was sitting over here, the JCB, and I dragged it over to the location it's at now just to get it away. It was full of weeds and actually little trees growing up underneath it, and so I moved it over so I can work on it, and then I shredded the spot where it was at to kind of give me a clearer working space. But anyway, so I did move it. I put since it won't crank, and this one has the it's stick controls, electronic controls, so it doesn't have like just manual valves there. I lifted the front of it up. I had to do that anyway when I moved it, so I put some tires underneath it when I sat it back down so that it would creep and allow the loader to come up. And the reason I did that is because I had a really hard time accessing this area where the injector pump is and the fuel pumps and everything. I had a problem getting my hands down in there. But now that I can get there and this is opened up, you know, now I can start working on other things. From the first video that I put, I got a bunch of awesome responses on things that I should try or look for. I consolidated that into a list of about 10 specific things that I'm going to try today to get this unit cranked and going. You know, all of that's thank you to everybody that put comments on the last video. We're going to see what if any of those things are going to get this thing running, and if it does, I'll let you know what it was that got it running, what was the problem. Then I'll take some footage of this thing running and actually doing what it's supposed to do. Like I said, when this thing was parked, it ran fine. You know, there were some things I wanted to do to it when I parked it. I bought it, I got the specific task done that I needed this machine to do, which was dig a bunch of irrigation trenches for well, irrigation. But and that's what the backhoe part of this thing did great. I didn't buy a mini excavator, one, because they were very expensive. Relatively, you can't find a good old used one. People seem to keep them. Two, I wanted the functionality of a skid steer also. So this was the perfect machine for me at the time. It was one of my first piece of equipment out here. It was great. It did everything it needed to do. Had no complaints on it. The problem is I parked it, and then I bought another machine that kind of took over, and you know, it just kind of creeped its way into this thing just sitting there. And I kept wanting to get it back going, but I never had the time. So anyways, that's what this video is going to be about. Like I said, this is part 2 since I've already made part 1. And this is going to be about trying to get this thing cranked from all the awesome responses that you guys provided. So like I said, as I go, we're going to figure out if it cranks and what it was that needed to make it crank. And if it doesn't, well, I sure hope I don't have to make a part 3. But we'll find out.
2 hours later.
All right, so let me show you all what I got going on here. So this is the JCB that I'm trying to get cranked. I've got it on those tires just because I'm trying to get that loader to creep up to give me more space to work on, you know, as it sits. I've got my backhoe running. It's got a decent size alternator on it. It's got a high cold cranking amp battery in it. That's you know, it's good charge, good battery. I've got that with jumper cables running to this battery to supply it with, you know, ampage. And then I also got another set of the same jumper cables, very heavy duty jumper cables, running to my truck. You know, that's got a very high ampage alternator in it also. So I'm getting some very good cranking power. It's hot, it's cranking pretty good, but it doesn't want to start still. So I again went and checked the filters. That one's actually dripping a little bit because
I dropped the bleeder screw and I can't find it, so I'm gonna have to pick some of those up at the store. But until then, I've got a screw that fits that hole, but it's leaking a little bit because the rubber gasket's not in it. But that's not a problem. It's getting massive amount of flow through that pump and that filter. That pump's running good, but I'm not getting any fuel coming out of the injector pump to the injector lines. So if you see this, you can see here there's nothing coming out of them, and I'm sure there's water probably in the injectors from trying to crank it when there was water in the fuel. So I said, okay, well, if nothing's coming out of there, you know, thanks to your guys' help, I did find the injector solenoid, and this is it here, and then it goes in this way, screws into the back of that. Now, I did ground the unit out, and then I touched the positive terminal, which is hot, and the plunger in this solenoid is moving. So I don't think I have a problem with the solenoid turning gas on and off. That seems to be okay. So even with the solenoid out, I'm assuming, since there's a plunger there, that when I turn this thing over, I would see some fuel just spraying out of these in this injector pump somewhere. But let me show you what's happening when I kick the engine over. Now that's a pretty good spin. I mean, I ain't gonna get much better cranking ampage without a massive array of batteries. I mean, it's spinning way better than it was before. And if you can see, I'm only getting just, I mean, there's nothing coming out of these injectors, this injector pump. I mean, I'm assuming I should see some flow with this engine cranking over. I don't want to kill the starter, so give me a second to turn it off. I would assume to see some flow somewhere coming out of these injector lines, like I'm trying to bleed the pump and the lines. So I think this is where I'm at. I think, you know, I don't know if it was because it, you know, I'm sure it was because it was sitting in water or whatever, but something's going on with that injector pump. Is the injector pump bad? Is the injector pump just clogged maybe somewhere? Is it simple to rebuild an injector pump? These are all questions I have because I don't know. I've never actually pulled off an injector pump and rebuilt it or tried to fix it. Like I said, I tested the solenoid. I don't know if I can do it. I don't have a tripod with me, but see, here's the power, and that splits off the injector solenoid. It goes on here, and then this pump, this is an electrical lift pump. It's working fine. I can feel it right now vibrating. And then when I touch that in here, I'm gonna stop the video for a second so I can get it doing it, and then I'll show you. Here's the injector with it plugged in. If I see it, when I ground it out, it's pulling. So that's the solenoid, and it's clicking fine. I mean, I don't feel any kind of problems with that not moving. So I think the injector solenoid again is fine. I just need to know what you guys think on this injection pump. I'm not sure what to do with it. Obviously, I'm not getting any flow to the injectors because I'm not getting any flow out of the pump. So I'm pretty sure that's my problem. Man, I can't stand that thing leaking. Let me turn that off. But let me know what you think, and you know, shoot it down in the comments, please. Let me know what I can do. I've got a list of things written down, but I don't have anything written down about working on that injector pump. I bought a service diagram. I'm going to go and start looking at it, but I don't know if it just shows me the whole injector pump or does it actually show me how to work on the injector pump. I'm not sure. But I'm going to go ahead and shut everything down. There ain't much else I can do right now, and I'll get this video out there to you guys soon if you guys can help me. Hey, thanks everybody, and again, I appreciate all the comments and the help that I got from the first video. You guys are awesome. I mean, I just can't thank you guys enough. It got me to here and let me know. I didn't even know that these injectors had a separate solenoid like that. I mean, that's awesome. You guys have been a great help. Please watch the video, like it, you know, subscribe, do all the fun YouTube stuff, but help me get this stupid thing started and running. Like I said, it was a cool little machine. I'd like to get it up and running. Thanks, everyone.